Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with Nightingale. This is a shared world survival crafting game set in a Victorian gas lamp universe, so it's fair to say that this is some kind of gaspunk genre where you can adventure alone or unite with other players, combine your strength, skills and face the challenges together. And if your gas canister goes empty, no problem, just eat some marinated herring, drink some milk on the top and collect the result. I'm kidding of course, but am I? Anyway, here you are stranded beyond your world, cut off by a sudden collapse of the arcane portal network. This catastrophic event has left you and countless of others fighting to survive in a labyrinth of mysterious and perilous realms consisting of creepy forests, harrowing swamps and shimmering deserts as you restore the portals leading deeper into these magical and dangerous lands. Just be careful with that gas lamp of yours, don't be near other players when producing the fuel. Wild Hearts. Game looks almost exactly like Monster Hunter, so if you like that one, you may want to keep your eye on Wild Hearts as well. It is only partially open world, meaning that you will get huge open areas to explore, but the entire game will be somewhat segmented. I like the art direction and cool creatures of the game. Also, it seems that we will be able to drive various vehicles that we will be making by ourselves. That is very cool, I ain't gonna lie. The worst thing for me about this game is that I can't shake the feeling that it has been made just to earn money and not for passion. Well, we will see about that. Baldur's Gate 3. I won't be lying when I say that Baldur's Gate 3 was one of the best games I have ever played. Of course, I played the early access version, but the sheer amount of possibilities, different outcomes and freedom kinda put a spell on me. I honestly say that I wait for the full version of Baldur's Gate 3 way more than I wait for Starfield, for example. By the way, Baldur's Gate 3 is an open world game, you can go wherever you want, in any direction. Well, any direction not blocked by the mountains. And while you wander around, you can stumble on amazing or creepy things, like a remote cabin in the woods, and under that cabin there is a whole world of catacombs, secrets and enemies to defeat. I will not spoil you anything more, so you could have fun when the full game is released. I honestly cannot wait. Dredge. A participant from the indie games camp, I played the demo version and I was really impressed by this cute little open-world fishing game. Well, fishing game with a twist. After dark it becomes a Lovecraftian fishing game. The world around you is teeming with the creatures from the void, and after the dark sets in, our worlds collide and cosmic horrors enter our realm. But you know, you are a businessman. If you rest all night long, you ain't gonna earn enough money for potato salad. So a lot of the time you just sail into the darkness and catch rare fishes, hoping not to die. Yeah, in town you will get various orders you have to fulfill, and by making vendors happy you will earn a right to upgrade your equipment. Also fish in deeper waters and catch creepy fishes along with usual ones. I think every normal fish you can catch in there have some Lovecraftian alternative as well, which is more desired and more expensive. Dredge is definitely one of the coolest indie games I played last year, and I think that it will be a perfect title to play on your Steam Deck as well. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. You'll explore a dangerous open world, journey through the desert sands, dive into cavernous ruins and unveil the secrets that lie in the towering city of Dawn. The game is presented as a dark fantasy, story-rich, open-world hack-and-slash RPG where choices matter, and that sounds really cool. You'll also have a cool foxish companion that allows you to fly for short moments of time, and in your arsenal you will have not only melee weapons but some firearms as well. Developers promise to release the game early this year, so very soon. Keep an eye on it. Hogwarts Legacy. Well, I was never a huge Harry Potter fan because instead of a Hogwarts, I was invited into a school of railroad transport alongside various gopniks of Vilnius. A few teachers there were raging alcoholics and we were bringing them liters of beer and vodka to get better grades. Sadly, they were fired when the school government found out. We got assigned new teachers and since then we had to actually learn things. How about no, I never finished that school. And yeah, that was my Hogwarts alternative. Anyway, now when I'm all grown up, I can finally appreciate the magic of Harry's world and I cannot wait until I can become a real wizard with a magic wand. Well, I already have a wand, as all men do, but sadly it's only good for Expelliarmus and not for other spells like Fetus Deletus. Kerbal Space Program 2. Some may say it's a cheat to put the game in the open world list because it's just a spaceship and airship builder game, but hey, dude, it's not like the first title. You can actually go to other planets and build colonies. Colonies not only pose their own physics challenges, but also require resource gathering to build structures, space stations, habitats, and unique fuel types. Eventually, these colonies become advanced enough for vehicle construction, propelling deep space exploration and beyond. For example, you can go to Saturn and make a colony on one of its moons. This game is huge and the open world aspect is more than just a winged phrase. The universe itself awaits you here. Lies of P. He will struggle to become a real boy as you guide Pinocchio and experience his unrelenting journey to become a human. So basically here you are a puppet mechanoid and you must fight through everything in your path to find this mystery person named Geppetto. But don't expect any help along the way and don't make the mistake of trusting anyone. Inspired by the familiar story, Lies of P is an action Souls-like game set in a dark and gloomy world. All of humanity is lost in a once beautiful city that has now become a living hell filled with unspeakable horrors. You must always lie to others if you hope to become human. I'm not just reciting the story, lying is a huge part of the gameplay mechanic here. You'll experience interconnected procedural quests that play out depending on how you lie. These choices will then affect how the story ends. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds cool. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of a Kingdom. This is one of the most anticipated games for Nintendo console owners, and the rest of the world can just cry in silence because there is no way that this game will ever reach any other platform. Well, you can emulate it, but it's the same thing as putting a Mercedes engine into a Lada, so it's obviously the sequel to the Breath of the Wild. Here, in addition to the vast lands of Hyrule, the game will take you up into the skies. The main hero, which is a yellow-haired dwarf named Zelda, will have many additional skills, weapons and armor. And if you're not already writing an angry comment about a dwarf Zelda, then kudos to you. That was a tricky joke and you didn't fall for it. The protagonist is actually named Link, and he's awesome. And speaking about links, if you press 1 in the description below, you will go straight into GOG Gaming Sale and can explore many discounted games. Maybe the one you are looking for is super cheap right now. Diablo 4. Definitely one of the most anticipated titles, a next-generation action RPG set in a fully realized open world. Here you will be able to fully customize your hero, change the beard, hair, gender or skin color without any problems. A good thing is that the game is gory. You will see dead bodies everywhere with the intestines splattered all over the place. Blizzard is known for desexualizing and degorifying its characters and games, so I'm glad to see that the gore is still left, but you never know for how long. Anyway, 150 dungeons awaits you in-game, which will require you to have an internet connection all the time. Well, that sucks. I know how bad the reconnect function in Hearthstone is, for example. Blizzard fails in this field until this day, so don't get your hopes high up. Ravenbound. As an indie game, this looks so good, it's almost too good to be true, and in some way it is. Despite being a single-player open-world exploration RPG where you swing your sword like the most experienced witcher left and right, this game has one feature you probably wouldn't like. It's a roguelike game. Yeah, meaning that you will die and die and die, and those deaths will make you stronger. Usually in roguelike games you are going through the same path again and again, just with all the weapons and other gear you collected before you decided to feed the worms, but this is an open world, so I wonder, can you choose to go to another direction every time? If so, that may not be such a bad thing after all. Monomyth. I'll be honest, the game has an open world tag on Steam, but to be fair, it doesn't look very open. Anyway, if they lie to us, it's on them, but for now I have to put this game into my list. So here, within the ruins of Lysandria, you will find a highly interactive environment filled with items, puzzles, monsters, and a variety of peaceful inhabitants. Talk to the characters using a detailed, keyword-based dialogue system and combined items to interact with your surroundings in unorthodox and explorative ways. Trade, pick locks, break doors, disarm traps and throw objects. You can even make bread. And how about potato salad? Also, you can download the demo version from Steam absolutely free and test the game before the release. Gothic 1 Remake. Our beloved Gothic games are being reborn once again. You will return to the colony, rediscover the world of the mining town, its secrets and its challenges. I must stress out that this is not a simple remaster, you know, where everything just gets HD sugarcoating and more modern looking visuals. No, this is a complete remake, meaning that they are creating this game from scratch, with a modernized combat system and other cool things we're used to having in nowadays games. Let's hope that this remake will be way better than the kinda lame already released playable teaser version. Great graphics is just one side of a coin, the other two sides are the story and gameplay itself. Yeah, development coin has 3 sides, just deal with it. Starfield. If you crossbreed Star Wars with Skyrim and then add some Mass Effect in it, you will get Starfield. I think this is the most accurate description I could think so far. And I love Skyrim, Star Wars and Mass Effect, so I kinda hope that Bethesda will deliver a good quality game. I hope they learn from the Cyberpunk 2077 failure. We have a saying in Lithuania: stupid learns from his own mistakes, smart learns from the mistakes of the others. But I'll be honest, I believe in Bethesda. I like every single player game made by them, and even if they were a bit buggy, I had so much fun playing them. Starfield is set 300 years in the future and its explorable land will be 12 times bigger than Skyrim. I won't believe that until I explore it all. Dragon Age Dreadwolf. The development started in 2015. It was intended to be a smaller, more narrative-focused game than other Dragon Age titles, but problems with the development of BioWare's other games like Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem led to repeated interruptions. So after Andromeda flopped, they just cancelled the game altogether and resumed the production only in 2018. They planned a lot of multiplayer content in it, and then Anthem flopped. So after a while, after seeing the success of the single-player game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, they stripped all the multiplayer content away from the game, and that's when the Dreadwolf's production took off at a fast pace. Anyway, Solus will be an antagonist and you will probably be able to kick his ass. So all good in this field. The end of the year is a likely release date of the game, but as we all know, it may be delayed to the next year or even the year after that. Sons of a Forest. First Forest game was a hit and it still is. It was made with $125,000 budget and managed to sell more than 5 million copies. It has almost 500,000 reviews left on Steam, and by that number it is in 25th place on the whole website. So the second part of the game is more than just anticipated, it looks gorgeous. Also, just like in the first part, you will be able to play in multiplayer mode with up to 7 friends, but in single player you will not be alone as well. You are given a companion, a soldier who has some brain damage and can't speak, but he can execute your orders quite well. He can chop trees, search for resources, help you to defend from cannibals, and so on. And developers say that he is not the only available companion you may get. Remember the 3-legged waifu from the early trailer? Yeah, it seems that she can become your companion as well. Anyway, as I've said, the game looks gorgeous and I cannot wait to have some 3-legged waifu as well. Don't tell my wife, she has only 2 legs, she may get jealous. Ark 2. This is a next-generation sandbox survival experience, so it will probably be quite similar to the first part in many aspects. This time around, we will be dealing with some troll-like creatures, a bit similar to your ex, in addition to fast and furious dinosaurs. There may also be more of a story because of a famous actor. Vin Diesel is one of the protagonists in the game. He isn't just in Ark 2, however, he's also helping to make it. He said that he played over 1,000 hours of Ark Survival Evolved and is serving as executive producer on Ark 2. So if you have played Ark before, you may have a real Vin Diesel in your friends list and not even know it. Or you were probably killed by him. Yeah, that's more likely. And this trailer allegedly uses a game engine, although I can clearly see that it has been enhanced, and this is definitely not what you should expect in the final version. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The first part of the game was kinda linear, although you could walk to the same place using different paths. In the second part, developers are promising us bigger, more open areas. So the game will be like Wild Hearts, partially open world. It will give you freedom, but will still hold you on a long leash. Anyway, in the second part, the story of Jedi Cal Kestis continues. He has a beard now and looks a bit cooler than before. Just a few decades ago, if you had a beard in the Western world, you were a terrorist. And now you are cool and all the girls want you. Dudes as well, I don't discriminate. Beard makes everyone look cooler, so if you don't have one, you know what to do. Obviously, buy a fake beard. It's good for you. Anyway, as we can see from the trailer, we will also get some new or a bit upgraded abilities. Also, as it always goes with a sequel, we will get more areas, more monsters, more secrets, and more everything else. I cannot wait. I love the first part. It is awesome and you have all my recommendations if you have never played it. Stalker 2. Developers say that it will be one of the biggest open-world games to date. In other words, massive. Although, as you probably already know, not as massive as your mama. It will have a branching story and multiple endings where your actions will influence both short-term consequences and global outcomes. In-game you will encounter various anomalies, artifacts and creepy mutants. Many of them are never seen before, and some will be well known to fans of the series, like those invisible pieces of shit everyone hates. Game's release date was delayed to December 8th instead of April. That sucks for everyone who pre-purchased the game, but hey, that's on you, because in general nobody wants another Cyberpunk flop. Remember that Lithuanian saying from before, so we will wait as long as it takes. Also, some developers were forced to work in cramped spaces due to the threat of bombings from Russian invaders, while others stepped away from the development to join the Ukrainian military and bravely defend their homeland. Trail of Ayash. It is an open-world game focused on the indigenous people of America, their struggles and their stories in the pre-Columbian era. You will embark on an adventure in a land dominated by myths and legends where tribes engage in diplomacy, expansion and war. But all this Native American turmoil is just a tip of a dick. These lands are filled with monsters to the brim, and it's up to you to avoid the danger or bravely, probably bravely die. Those monsters are no joke, and Trail of Ayash is no doubt a cool-looking RPG game. Although now I wish they would make a DLC or something where you could hunt a predator like in the movie Prey. If a young girl armed with a hoe could do that, you can kill that most advanced warrior in the galaxy using some polished rock as well. Assassin's Creed Mirage. This time the franchise will take us to the Middle East, just like in the original part released 15 years ago. You will be able to visit Baghdad and interact with historical figures that shaped its golden age. It was one of the best cities in the world to live back then. Yeah, let's be honest, nobody wants to visit Baghdad now. At least for a casual westerner, that is no-go zone. Honestly, for most of us, going to North Korea on a trip seems like a safer option. Although please don't go there, don't support a bloody dictator with your money. So in these old times, Baghdad was an oasis of wealth and science. Everyone wanted to touch its glory, and you will touch it as well with your deadly, touch. I never played the last part of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I hope that the game will be somewhat humorous because I really enjoyed the funny dialogues of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Wild West Dynasty. Remember the medieval Dynasty? So this is an indirect sequel, and made by another company. But the publisher is still the same, so I guess we will get what we expect. Or, as usual in these situations, if not, the game will flop. So this is a story-driven mix of RPG, city builder, life simulation and survival set in American 1800s. As a lone survivor, you will have to find a place to call your own and build the foundations of your settlement for generations to come. Craft, gather, grow crops, recruit pioneers, craftsmen and prospectors, survive the harsh environments, landscapes and uncover the mysteries of your family's history. So in short, here you will dive in the world of cowboys, settlers and gunslingers. Build your own ranch, grow it into a settlement, and soon more settlers will join you in your quest for happiness and prosperity. Or to a total failure, more likely. Redfall. This is an open-world, single-player and co-op first-person shooter made by the same team who made Prey and Dishonored. The island town of Redfall is under siege by a legion of vampires who have blocked out the sun and cut the citizens off from the outside world, so you will have to slay them all. Also, the game will offer an immersive story campaign as you unravel the mystery behind the vampire's appearance. You will ally with a handful of survivors against the creatures threatening to bleed the town dry, like literally. So it looks like a Left 4 Dead clone, but set in a bigger area with more land to explore. Although let's be honest, these vampires do not look even half as scary as Left 4 Dead zombies. Well, it's easy to judge by the trailer. Let's hope we'll get the real thriller and not a vampire shooter for teenagers. Final Fantasy XVI. I have never played any Final Fantasy game, so I honestly have zero knowledge about the franchise. So let me go straight to the facts. The game will be PlayStation 5 exclusive and will be released this summer on June 22nd. That's all I can say without sounding stupid and at the same time silencing all the comments yelling at me that I once again ignored the Final Fantasy game, so I didn't this time. I hope it's good and you will enjoy it immensely. Dead Island 2. As developers say, this is a unique formula of horror, dark humor and over-the-top zombie slaying spanning an epic pulp adventure. This first-person action RPG will take you across a brand new playground, a hellish version of LA, or Hell in this instance, LOL. It is flooded with zombie infection and various stuff related to it. You will explore iconic, gore-drenched city and meet many interesting characters. Together or alone, you will kill countless foes and evolve to become the ultimate zombie slayer. Also, this game calls zombies, zombies. No walkers, biters, brain thirsters, infected ones or other bullshit. bullshit here. I'm really happy about that. I hate when people are trying to reinvent the bike, or more like rename the bike. It's already here and it's okay. Zombies are zombies. Smart zombies, fast zombies, mutant zombies are all zombies, and that is amazing. Hollow Knight Silksong. It was confirmed to be a Day 1 Xbox Game Pass title set to release before June 12th this year, meaning it is coming someday soon. Or not. Delays are not impossible. EA will journey to new lands, discover new powers, battle vast hordes of bugs, beetles and beasts, uncover ancient secrets tied to your nature and your past. EA will face over 150 never-before-seen foes, and everyone wants you dead, but you are the ultimate killing machine and no bug or beetle is safe near you. First part has 97% of positive reviews on Steam, left by 250,000 of buyers. That is a huge number, and this puts very high hopes on the Silksong as well. Anyway, as we can see, it looks perfect. I can't say anything bad about it, so let's hope for the best. And if you like this video, you will for sure be interested in another one as well. Upcoming strategy games video is waiting for your generous touch. Don't hesitate, click on it and let's enjoy our journey together. Also, before you go, click that subscribe and bell notification buttons, especially that one. Let's be friends with benefits. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next.
Next what? Come on, dude. Finish the sentence.
No.